Well, good morning. How is it going?
It's going well.
Okay, so can I have your identification,
Sure.
please?
It's not possible.
Okay, here you are. And your name is?
Bahar Shakri.
Okay, thank you very much. And our conversation will be recorded for the marking purposes. Any problem?
No.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you some question, and all questions will be chronologically asked. There will be three pairs, you know that. Okay, from the very beginning, tell me something about your families.
Well, we have a four-member family. It's me, my sister, my father, and my mother. We moved to Dhaka in the year 2000. Both my parents are working. They founded and both are directors of an NGO. My sister is 9 years older than me, and we all live together in Neighbor Villages.
Okay, thank you very much. Now we're going to the main session. Okay, so I'm going to ask you some questions based on music. Okay, so what types of music do you like to listen to and why?
So I listen to classic rock. I listen to some heavy metal. Recently, I've developed taste for old raps and some new raps, hip hop mostly.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so at what times of day do you like to listen to music and why?
If I'm stuck in a jam, just pass my time before going to sleep. It helps me go to sleep. Depends on the music I'm listening to, of course.
Okay, you should elaborate your answer. Okay, did you learn to play a musical instrument when you were a child, and why or why not?
Well, I had a guitar. I went to a guitar class for 2 weeks, but then I broke my guitar and I never got around to fixing it, so I never ended up learning how to play the guitar. I did try, but it didn't work out.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so do you think that all children should learn to play a musical instrument? Okay, why or why not?
It's good to have a talent. Musical instruments can help you stand out when you grow up and people ask do you have any talents. That's always a nice thing to answer to, that you can. In fact, you can impress people playing a musical instrument. It really helps with showing that you can do something.
Okay, thank you very much. Now we'll be going to the next section, that's been part 2. This is your cue card topic. So this is the topic you have got, and there's the pencil and paper. So you'll get 1 minute to be prepared. Okay.
Yeah.
So after 1 minute, you have to speak.
Alright.
Okay, your time is up. Now I have to speak more than 2 minutes. Let's start.
So, when you're asking me if I can describe a shop that I use sometimes, what comes to mind is a shop I live in River so we just have one-stop mall. It's called CSD. I'm not quite sure the full form of CSD is, but it's operated by the Army Welfare Society, and they usually sell mostly groceries or packaged food or frozen products or fish, meat, and all that. Things that you need from a day-to-day to running a house. And it's a pretty nice place. You wouldn't expect a government-run one-stop mall to be nice, but it is actually pretty nice. It also has a coffee shop. It has a saloon attached to it. It even has a gift shop upstairs. It's really helps people get what they want because we don't really have many other stores near DHS, so it's pretty adequate. And then it's located near a park. We have 2 parks in DHS, and so it's located near the bigger one. It has a pretty nice picturesque view. It's actually quite nice to walk to the store itself, even if you don't get anything. It's a pretty nice walk. Other than that, the reason why I use CSD is because, as I said, it's pretty close to my house. Most of the other good stores are pretty far away. I have to take my car there, and with CSD I can just walk there, get what I need, mostly food or say some gifts that I may need, and then I can just walk back home. And it's a really short commute from my place to the market.
Okay, thank you very much for part two. Okay, now we'll move on to the part three. Okay, I'm going to ask you several questions and you have to answer me. Okay, so and try to elaborate every and each questions. Okay, so what types of local business are there in your neighborhood? Are there any restaurants, shops, or dentists, for example?
Well, we have all of that. Most of our grocery needs are completed by CSD, as I mentioned before. Other than that, we do have some pharmacies, and I'm aware of at least one dentist in the area. We don't have restaurants exactly inside our area, but we do have quite a few right outside the gate. So I think we can say it's part of the neighborhood. They're pretty good restaurants. They give us all we need, burgers and pizzas, whatever.
Okay, thank you. Okay, do you think local businesses are more important for a neighborhood? In what way?
Local businesses are important for a neighborhood. You wouldn't want the neighborhood to just have houses. You need a place or an area where there are shops that you can just go and maybe window shop or like buy things that you need right away. Because if all the shops were located outside the neighborhood, it would be quite hectic to take your car or take a rickshaw or walk all the way to all the stores. It's actually good to have small stores in the neighborhood.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so how do large shopping malls and commercial centers affect small local businesses? Why do you think that is?
Well, it really depends on what the small shops are selling and what the bigger shops are selling. So, say if the bigger shop is a big market building and they have like a variety of stores that sells mainly food or clothes or luxury items, for example, and the small shops are only concerned with, say, fruits or vegetables or snacks or even small tea stalls, then I think they complement each other because a good neighborhood needs both. We have a good culture in Bangladesh to just go spend time at the local small tea shops, and if the small shops sell anything other than those, if they try to compete with the bigger marketplace, I think they won't be able to survive. I think they'll need to close their stores.
Okay, some few questions are left for you. Okay, why do some people want to start their own business?
I think mostly for the feeling of independence and to start having a sense of pride in doing what you want to do and having the freedom to decide when you work, when you close, and of course the ability to make more money than you would actually do when you're working under someone.
Okay, so are there any disadvantages to running a business, and which is the most serious?
Well, from my personal experience, I never really ran a business, so I wouldn't be able to properly elaborate or correctly to elaborate what the biggest risks are, but I can imagine it would be the sense of risk that you're putting your own money up to a business, and in the off chance that it doesn't make a profit, I think it's a reason to stay up at nights.
Okay, so the last question is for you. What are the most important qualities that a good business person needs? Why is that?
Well, I think mostly it's a lot of guts. It's a lot of dedication to not feel afraid about imminent loss. And even if you have loss, you have to have the ability to work over that, work again, and do not give up. And if you don't have those abilities, I don't think you can run a business, because a business is mostly about risk and having the courage to not give up. And if you do give up, I think your competitors will mostly take over you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Nice meeting with you. Okay, thank you.